Alrighty, what's going on, guys? How you doing? I hope you are doing great. It was a beautiful Monday today. It was actually insane, to be honest. I wish I entered probably bigger lot size, but that's okay. I'm going to show you these two positions I took on Nasdaq, making a total of $573. We've been having actually very slow weeks in the past, right? Recently, very slow, very slow. But anyways, catching a beautiful two positions, actually two entries. This one right here, giving a 1 to 8 risk to reward. I'll explain that. And meanwhile, I was actually on that 1 to 8. I took another one inside of that. While I was holding this 1 to 8, I actually took another position here, 1 to 2, runner 1 to 2 R right there. I'll break down those two entries right here. And first thing I'm going to do is actually I'm going to bring the markets to probably here. Um, let me put it on. Hang on. Let me actually do this for 1 hour. All right. So Nasdaq, what it has been doing. If we look at Nasdaq and see how Friday closed, first thing I noticed is that this candle on Thursday, we did not close above, right? We retraced. We failed to close above this candle high from Wednesday, okay? Also, you see this pin bar and this SMT right here. So I was I was kind of expecting price to sort of swing right to the upside, taking this highs. So on Friday we did close bullish, but you see it's an inside candle. We never took the low, never took this low, or never took the high. It just stayed inside, right? It was a bullish candle though, but we stayed inside. So going in lower time frame, actually 4 hour, right here, you actually notice that on Friday we bounce off. By the way, this was actually Thursday. We bounce off of here on this breaker block, fair value gap. There was a nice 4 hour unicorn pattern that we rejected on Thursday. And I'm kind of expecting price to go towards, towards highs. I want to see price actually continuing pushing up. But if you notice on the 50-minute time frame, look at what happened on Friday. Look how choppy it was, right? Horrible choppy. So let's wait for right here. This is Sunday, right? This is now this new week, this starting. And I'm focusing in this range. I'm in the middle of this range right here. So of course, that was Sunday. This is what happened over the night during Asian session. You see all these lows, all this range, all this accumulation here. Price went through to take all of those lows, all of that accumulation, all those ranges right there. Price went down to take all of them right there, right? Taking all of that, getting even lower today. So one thing I noticed on a 4 hour today is this. I've actually marked up. I used the fib from the low, from the high to the low of this week, right there. 50% consequent encroachment. We noticed that today price. Let me actually go 5 minutes. This is what it was happening, right? This is Friday, all the accumulation here. And then overnight during Asian session, we start sort of going down, accumulates, goes down, accumulates a little bit also there, then goes down one more time. And then this, I want to show you right here. This is pretty much where price came down and that 50% consequent encroachment of this 4 hour week, right? From Thursday. We tapped into that, and this was still London session. I trade New York, so I was kind of waiting for New York session to open. And you see this on the 1 minute. When I was seeing this little accumulation here, I was like, oh, bro, this is it. What I want to see here is this. I want to see price sweep during New York session, sweep that low, and then get back into the range, and I can go long, right? That's what I actually wanted. That's what I was actually looking for. So New York session right here. New York session open right there. So something I noticed eh, is that it formed SMT. We had SMT right here at the bottom between Nasdaq and S&P 500. S&P 500 was actually taking this low. Nasdaq failed to take this low. So it's telling me that Nasdaq is actually stronger today. And I was just waiting. At that point, I was just literally waiting to see. Ideally, I wanted to see the break, like the sweep of this lows and then push up. But look at what happened. Price starts breaking actually to the upside right here. If I go to the 5 minute, you see this bearish fair value gap. The price was struggling here. All this accumulation, price ends up breaking above it. I'm taking this as an inversion. I was paying attention. Once the price was breaking above, I was like, okay, I'm onto something here. I see that price pushed up. It breaks that, right? So I want to use that 5 minute fair value gap into an inversion. So I'm kind of hoping now for that to turn around, to turn things around. And what I want to see is now price sort of pull back, reject it, and go to use it as a support right now, right? So on this push, I love that we form a bullish fair value gap on the 1 minute. So I'm waiting. Price starts pulling back. And that pin bar right there, look at that. Look at that beautiful pin bar. Rejecting the 50%, the midpoint of the inversion fair value gap now. We are tapping also into this 1 minute fair value gap. And I'm like, okay, this is it. If I get a bullish candle right here, a bullish engulfing, I'm going to take it. And that's what happened next. That next candle right there, that's when I was actually getting in. I sent this to my team. I told them, guys, I am actually taking a buy. Let me show you here. This is the group. Somewhere here. Right there. That was the entry. So what happened after that? I was switching back to the 5 minute to monitor my trade to see what was going to happen, and also take a look. I was taking a look on the 15 minute. I knew we were below this weekly opening gap, and I knew that we're probably gonna sort of maybe reject this zone. My concern was that probably we're gonna tap it and then maybe try to go lower and aim for this major liquidity sell side right here, sell side liquidity. That was my concern, you know. But because the entry was kind of, I mean, was nicely done right there. I think this is a very early entry. However, it had everything I was looking for, at least to take my first shot of the day. You know, so price from there starts pushing up. Switch to the 5 minute, 15 minute. What I'm seeing in this 15 minute is this fair value gap right here, right? The last bearish fair value gap on the 15-minute time frame after this huge drop overnight. So I'm trying to target now this relative equal highs right there. That was my favorite target. And then of course in overall this relative highs right there also. Okay. Yeah, we could go probably to that major, but this is it. Like I'm definitely reaching either this one or this one. So with this, I marked up this fair value gap, and something I noticed, if you look at it, to trade inversion fair value gaps, I trade it this way. If I see that fair value gap, you see that candle close above 50%, the midpoint of this bearish fair value gap, I consider that as a broken fair value gap, and now I want to use it as an inversion. I want to see this imbalance hold price and push up from there. So this is what I'm seeing now. I switch to the 5, and on the 5 minute, see price actually starts pushing up right there. Now pulling back, and when it starts pulling back, right there, look at this, right there, creates an order block. That's an order block. I love when I see that. I'm very convinced that the price will most likely continue pushing up. And this weekly fair value gap, I mean, this weekly opening gap is not going to hold price right here too much. I love what I'm seeing right now. I love it. I marked up that line right there and I switched to the 1 minute. When I go to the 1 minute, you see, I'm already holding, right? I'm already holding my buy. The first entry, which it was a one to, I was actually targeting here. I was actually targeting first here. That was the first main target. When the price reached that zone, I left a runner all the way to the 1 to 8, all the way to the top, to this last accumulation from Friday. So, but it was like this. So in the meantime, I was trying to look for another setup. I was actually interested in catching another. So this is what I saw, right? That's the line. That's the 5 minute order block. I also had, let me switch to the 5 one more time. Let me get this can right there. You see that we have a bullish, we had created a bullish fair value gap right here, and we do have this order block, right? Let's switch back to the 1 minute, and this is how it looks, right? I have this 5 minute fair value gap, bullish fair value gap, and price starts sort of choppy right here, and then this move right there, that candle, look at this. So price pushes up, pulls back to the 5 minute order block, taps into the 5 minute fair value gap also. It sweeps. You see that it does actually sweep this low, this recent low. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, sweep. And then one candle to the upside. That break, that one candle right there, that's a change in the state of delivery. That's an order block. So if I wanted to get in, I would have placed probably my entry right here, probably a buy limit order, maybe the stop loss right there. And I could have done that, okay, if I wanted to get in. But I was a little cautious today. I didn't want it to enter right away. So what I did was I waited a little bit more. What I wanted to see is, I want to see now the price tap into this order block and form a propulsion block. If you don't know what a propulsion, sorry for my pronunciation, propulsion block, I do believe I have a video for that. I'm going to leave it somewhere in the corner. Oh, Jesus. I will leave it somewhere here in the corner so you can see it. Okay. So I was waiting for that propulsion block to be formed. So right here, you see price comes back, taps into the fair value gap. We actually have a breaker, by the way. This is a unicorn. This big ass candle right there. Something I just noticed is that I would have definitely entered here. This is a breaker block. That was a nice breaker block right there. So you see, this is a unicorn. The price taps into it, and then look at what happens after this. This right there, that candle. That's when I entered. When this candle was about to close, that's when I was actually entering. You see, it closed above this high. This entire candle is known as a propulsion block. So I entered on that propulsion block. I placed my stop loss here. Probably looks a little bit too far, but who cares? I was already in this position already, and I was already securing profit. So I was taking partials anyways in this one. I was on break even already on this one. So this is just a continuation. I just want to catch a quick buy right here. I was not targeting higher. I would just, in this one in particular, this one was actually my favorite one. Even though this one was a 1 to 8, this one was my favorite, to be honest. All right, you see price build up. It actually created, if I go to the 5 minute, it built up that 5 minute fair value gap. And you see that on the 1 minute, price actually comes back down. You see, it builds up liquidity and then sweeps it. Then if you close above, that's an order block, or that's another change in the state of delivery right there. So look at what happens after that. Boom, breaks. So that's a change right away. If you wanted to buy, you're going to buy it right there, probably stop loss here and maybe go for a 1 to 2. Or you could have used the fib from the low to the high of this last manipulation move, and you go with the standard projection like I did here. See, I was actually using the fib from the low to the high of this last manipulation before my entry. And I was this is the standard deviation projection right there. So anyways, from there, you see the price just skyrocket. And then it was hitting TP on this one as well, simultaneously. And I left a runner, as I mentioned, on that one in particular, and just continue holding. all the way there, and the market, well, you know the story. It went fairly quick right there. Now, after that, that's it. I was actually out. So that was pretty much it. It was a crazy day. Look at this drop. Look at this drop. And if you look at it, actually, I was just watching and analyzing with my students. Is that holy smokes? There was another beautiful chance right here to buy. Look at this nice manipulation, and then changing the state of delivery with a nice fair value gap right here, right? And the breaker. So another unicorn right here, and price nice displacement to the upside right here. Probably targeting this highs. This would have been a nice entry right here. But anyways, I was already out. So in overall, today it was just, I mean, I cannot ask for more. That was a huge risk to reward today. So um, I would really appreciate if you guys give it a big thumbs up. It motivates me to keep posting videos for you guys. If you want to be part of my free Telegram group, go ahead and join. The link is in the description. By the way, I do share ideas in here every day. I try to do it every day. I was explaining, look at this. I sent this idea. I want to see Bitcoin do this in the next few hours. This is just an idea. This is what I sent right here. What time did I send this? 8:52 p.m. This was actually on October 19th. This was actually on Saturday. Saturday? Hang on. Let me check the calendar. Yeah, I think it was Saturday. Yep, it was Saturday. So at 8:52, at 10 a.m., Bitcoin was already sort of starting to displace above, and I sent where probably the entry would have been. Right there, you see the move. Objective reached. Right there. I did not get in. I did not get in. These were just ideas. If you want to see this video, watch that video to understand everything. I did the breakdown. So if you're interested in watching this particular video right there, just go ahead, join first the link, right, for this free Telegram group. And once you get in, this is the last picture you're going to see. Scroll up a little bit and you're going to see the explanation, the full breakdown of why I spotted and how I spotted that potential buy on Bitcoin. I do this pretty much every week. Not necessarily with Bitcoins. I do it with currency pairs, with Nasdaq especially, because I trade Nasdaq and S&P. So again, if you want to be part of that, check that out. It's completely for free. If you want to be part of my private team, just go ahead and check my website, teamprofitsenglish.com. I offer a lifetime mentorship. There's a one-time payment, and you're part of my team forever. You can watch me trade live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It doesn't get any better than this, right? It's always important that you guys are watching. If you wanna follow your mentor, right? It's important to see your mentor trade live. Okay, see what's the process behind every single entry that we take. Okay, I think that's the best thing you guys can do to learn, to actually learn. Do not look only for signals or anything like that. It's always getting a good mentorship it's always the best. So I hope it makes sense. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.